What's up, JW here, and today is the very first AEW Weekend Review Setup 1. I've not seen anybody on YouTube ever do an AEW Weekend Review kind of setup thing, so I'm starting it off so that I know of. So to start the show, Wardlow came out. Overall, the show was amazing, but starting off, Wardlow came out with the TNT title, just pretty much saying because last week Christian pretty much called out Wardlow, called him pansy and all that stuff, and he won't fight him. And then Wardlow calls out Christian and Luchasaurus come out because Luchasaurus is like now this huge bad guy, which he looks awesome and moves really slow like he should be. Wardlow tried fighting them. He beat up Luchasaurus pretty good and Christian, but then they fought back. Christian got a ladder, and then Luchasaurus threw him, like broke the ladder in half, put Wardlow right through it. Then Christian did his finisher. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind, drawing a blank on what his move's called, but pretty much it's turns him around face first into the ladder, and then Christian held the TNT title and looked at it. I think, and they announced that they'll be having a ladder match at Double or Nothing, which is not this weekend, next weekend. All right, so next up in the show was Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin had a tag match against Big Bill, known as Big Cass from WWE. Now he's in AEW. There was some other guy in his group. I can't remember his name. It was one guy in the group, and I just can't remember his name, but it was a decent tag match. Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy, of course, doing the better job of the tag match. Big Bill did a pretty good job. And overall, I really enjoyed the match. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are a really good tag team together because they're very similar style. They picked up the victory. Darby Allin hit, I'm pretty sure hit their coffin drop, and they won. And overall, pretty good match. Next up was FTR came out. It was the tag champions pretty much calling out Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Well, FTR didn't come out. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett and the other guys came out pretty much talking his back. And then from behind, FTR came running out, pushed over their like giant guy that he's like 7'3" or something, the big Indian guy. They pushed him out the stage. It was so freaking funny because they just came out of nowhere. He was just standing so chill. He fell so weirdly, and he went through like this huge like crash pad thing. It was like how he fell was just hysterical. And then they ended up getting into the ring, having a brawl pretty much. And FTR, Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett hit each of them in the head with the guitar, 2 different guitars. It's pretty cool. I'm using Rick Boog's guitar for hitting Cash in the head, and then they held the tag titles because they're gonna be fighting FTR at Double or Nothing, and they'll have a special referee. I'm completely drawing a blank. I know who it is. It's oh my gosh, one of the brothers it's that tag team that one of the brothers passed away. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? So sorry that I'm drawing a blank on his name. After that was Sammy Guevara had a squash match against some local guy. Sammy beat him in 30 seconds, did the GTS, and then pretty much talking to him like that he's finally having his opportunity, and he's going to take the opportunity and win the AEW title at Double or Nothing because it'll be Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and MJF for the All AEW Championship at Double or Nothing, which I'm really excited for that match because Sammy Guevara is probably like my favorite. He's my favorite wrestler probably for the younger guys for AEW. I've always liked him since the beginning, but I do love Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley. Those 3 are my top guys. After that was probably the most boring match of the show, but it wasn't even that bad. It was Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida versus Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. Decent match. Toni Storm and Ruby Soho won. They're like building that feud because Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm will be facing Double or Nothing. Blanked out for a second again because this is the next day after the show. Kind of forgetting. After that was a really good match. Probably my favorite match of the show. So good. It was not Adam Cole. It was Chris Jericho and Roderick Strong. Oh my god. It was a Falls Count Anywhere. They fought for a while in the ring. Then they got into the crowd having a good match. Then they went up these stairs in the arena, and they're in the backstage fighting. There's like a mob of people following the security guards, pushing people out of the way. They're just hitting each other with anything. They got into like an ice cream area. Roderick Strong poured a bunch of ice cream in Jericho's face, and then he ate ice cream. It was just crazy. They were brawling. They got outside, outside of the arena. They're fighting in the street, like where traffic is. and Adam Cole comes from behind because he's banned from the building. And same thing with Jericho Appreciation Society, but banned from the building, not outside the building. He beat up Jericho, and they finished the match inside of a garden of flowers. Absolutely hysterical. I really enjoyed this match because how funny it was, and also how good of a match they really put on for like a Falls Count Anywhere. Really enjoyed it, and Roderick Strong obviously won because Adam Cole and Roderick Strong beat up Jericho out in the freaking garden outside of the arena. Really enjoyed the match. Next up was Jungle Boy versus Roosh. I'm using Anawi from the Anawi and Fatu because he's just got curly hair. He's got a similar outfit or build, but it's not actually him. Same thing for Jay Luther. I use Scorpio Sky, but kind of looks like him. But Jungle Boy won. He actually got busted open for real, pouring blood. It was actually pretty crazy. Really good match, but Jungle Boy was able to pick up the victory afterwards. Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara came out because Jungle Boy ended up getting an attack, and they all fought him off, and they all stood in the ring staring at each other. So it was pretty cool. Decent match. After that was Ricky Starks versus Jay White. Really good match because I do like Jay White. I like Ricky Starks. The match was ended up disqualified because Jay White's like buddy threw a chair in the ring, tried attacking Ricky Starks with the chair. Ricky Starks beat him up, and then Jay White came at him, and Ricky Starks just beat him up with the chair. It's a disqualification, but overall decent match. And then was the main event. Also before that, backstage, MJF was getting interviewed by Renee, and he just pushed her out of the way. But I have MJF right there with the AEW title. I like how I had that with outfit of him. The main event was Don Callis, because last week he turned on Kenny Omega after years and years and years being with him. He hit him with a screwdriver in the head while Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega was having a steel cage match. Pretty crazy turn on him. And then Tony Giovanni was in the ring, but during his promo, the Kenny Omega music's hit, and then BCC comes out, Blackpool Combat Club. They start beating up Kenny Omega, and then the Young Bucks come out. They bring out a trash can, a pipe, I think a bat. It was a trash can lid, and then a barbed wired broom, and then Adam Cole's music hits, and he has an eye patch, and then Kenny Omega looks at him, hands him the broom. Kenny Omega puts on the trash can. There's like a band around it, like a shield, like Captain America. They run down the ramp, and Kenny Omega jumps. That's why I have him like in that jumping form, mid-air, like he was Captain America if he was like in an Avengers movie. It hits Jon Moxley, and just that part, I love that part. It got me so hyped and excited. And then they had Hangman Adam Page beat up everybody. The Bucks beat up everybody, and then afterwards they're standing in the ring, and Hangman says the Elite is finally back together. They haven't been together since a long time, since Kenny Omega turned on Hangman. It's awesome to see the Elite back together, but oh my gosh, that jump as if he was like Captain America, Kenny Omega was so cool. But this ending was an awesome way to end the show. Got me really hyped for Double or Nothing. But I'm really excited for that. They're having like a Anarchy and Arena match, and I think it's in Las Vegas where they're having Double or Nothing. So that'd be really cool how they do that, because they Inner Circle's had that match before. So it'll be interesting, because it's the first time I think the Anarchy Arena. Yeah, it is the first time Inner Circle's not in it. So it'll be interesting. The first one was Stadium Stampede. It was Inner Circle versus the Elite. Then the second one was Anarchy in the Arena, and then it was Jericho. It was the Inner Circle, and then it was the Pinnacle. I think it was called the Anarchy in the Arena, but it was something like that. But overall, this show was great. I really enjoyed it. Haven't watched a full show of AEW in a while, to be honest, but I've been watching it, but I just haven't watched like a full show from beginning to end. I'm gonna make sure to drop a comment for if you wanted me to keep on doing the AEW Weekend Review setup. I plan on doing it. But this is JW. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more wrestling figure content, the WWE Weekend Review setup, and now the AEW Weekend setup review. And also, Collision was announced. Tony Khan had an announcement of they're on Saturdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Well, not Eastern. Actually, 8 to 10 for Eastern. Central Time is 7 to 9. There will be Saturday night AEW Collision, which is awesome. This is JW. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.